Okay.
You're on, dude.
Good evening and welcome to the Kern County Planning Commission of December 8th, 2016. Madam Clerk, could you please call roll?
Mr. Louie? Mr. Babcock?
Here.
Miss Garcia? Miss Poole? Here. Mr. Sprague? Mr. Hall?
Here.
Miss Ovia? Mr. Denny?
Here.
Thank you. Next item is B, Commissioner Member Announcements or Reports. First up for this evening, report from the Nominating Committee for Chair and Vice Chair for 2017.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Vice Chairman, standing in as Chairman. Associate Garcia is not here this evening. I did just communicate with her on my cell phone. She's out of town. But we've made a decision between the nominating committee to nominate Commissioner Chris Babcock as chairman and myself, Ron Sprague, as vice chair. So I would put that forth in the form of a motion for the commissioners to
Are
consider.
there any other nominations?
Second.
It would be a receive and file.
Oh, sorry.
Is that correct, Counselor?
No, you still need to take a vote.
Well, we would vote, but is it receive and file?
If you're wanting to vote and make the change tonight, you need to vote on it. Otherwise, if you're just waiting to receive the recommendation and vote on it next meeting, then you would receive and file.
Yeah, no, you want to.
Okay, well, we'll go
Make
ahead
a
and vote on
motion.
it tonight then. And I'll look for a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
The next up, any other announcements or reports? None?
I do
Okay.
have. I think I was successful in Sacramento with stirring the pot on the Feinstein water bill, supported also by Kevin McCarthy, and it did get through the House today, and we're hopeful that it'll get through the Senate, and that it'll be helpful in getting water down towards Kern County during the drought years. And so I think we were very successful in that endeavor, and I just wanted to report that.
Thank you, Mr. Up is item C, approval of November 10th minutes. You've all received them. Are there any corrections or
Motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, minutes pass. Next is item D. This is cases withdrawn or requests for continuances. Mr. Denny.
Yes, originally on your agenda, you had two items listed for cases withdrawn or request for continuance, but there was an addendum that was handed out to your commission, so we now have three items. The first item we have on there is item number 2. This is conditional use permit number 19, map 143-18, Watts Chopping. This is a conditional use permit to allow a contract harvesting facility in an A district. It is located at 13627 Chevalier Road in Bakersfield. Staff's recommendation is that this project be referred back to staff now. Our next item on the item D of the agenda is case number 3. This is zone change number 3, map number 51, Causey Death Loft by Wiley D. Hughes. This was advertised as a change in zone classification from the A exclusive agricultural district to R1, low density residential or more restrictive district. It is located at 17443 Blackwell Village Drive in Lost Hills. Staff recommendation on this is also to refer back to staff. And our last item under items D on the agenda is case number 4. This is conditional use permit case number 23, map number 125. It is by 8 Minute Energy. It appears that the project name is 54KR8ME. This was a conditional use permit to allow for the construction and operation of a 35-megawatt solar power generating facility in an A district. It was located in the unincorporated Kern County area, just south of State Route 58 in the northwest corner of Tower Line Road and Hermosa Road. Staff's recommendation on this is to continue to January 12th, 2017. And this completes staff's presentation of items D on tonight's agenda.
Commissioners will take action.
Mr. Chair, there's no conversation on the dais. I would make a motion to refer item number 2 as read into the record by staff and approve items 3 and 4 as submitted as far as referring back to staff and continuing item number 4 until January the 12th.
Second.
How do I, there we go. Cast your votes, please.
Why does it say nobody voted? It only had one of you
You want a
voting.
verbal? I voted.
You want to do that again?
I can't
Do
reopen
we have
it.
technical difficulties?
No, it didn't show all 3 of you
Let's do it.
voting.
Okay, we'll do a verbal vote, and we'll start that again.
Hold on just a second, just a second.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do it again. Open, okay, try it again.
Try it again.
Sorry. It still is only showing Chad as being voted.
I'm not Chad, but that's okay.
Let's just do a verbal, can we?
Okay, we'll do a verbal count.
Okay. Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Ms. Poole?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
All ayes.
Thank you. This brings us to item E, which is our consent calendar for this evening. Mr. Denny, are you handling that as well?
Yes. Item E is our consent agenda. These are items scheduled before the Planning Commission, which are being recommended for approval by the staff, and the applicant has been informed of any special conditions and has no objection. The hearing on these items may be expedited if no member of the commission or audience wishes to comment or ask questions on the case. The first item that we have is item number 5. This is Olden Camp Trucking by WZI. This is conditional use permit number 69, map 142. This is a conditional use permit to allow the retention of a phased 72 maximum truck agricultural trucking facility in an A district. Our project site is 11314 Weibel Road in Bakersfield, specifically the southeast corner of Weibel Road at Ingle Road, approximately 1 mile south of State Route 119. Staff's recommendation: approve in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. I believe we should make this a different recommendation. I believe we should adopt the mitigation measure monitoring program and approve in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution, as there was an environmental document prepared for this project.
Thank you.
The next item on our consent agenda is item number 6. This is General Plan Amendment number 8, map 202, zone change case number 17, map number 202, precise development plan number 8, map 202, and zone variance number 13, map 202, in conjunction with agricultural preserve number 19 exclusion. This request is an amendment to the land use open space and conservation element of the Kern County General Plan from map code 8.4, mineral and petroleum, to 7.2, service industrial, or more restrictive map code designation, in conjunction with a change in zone classification from A, exclusive agriculture, to M2 PD, medium industrial, precise development, or more restrictive district. A precise development plan to allow 2 off-site advertising freeway signs in an M2 PD district, in conjunction with a zone variance to allow a 40-foot tall freeway sign and a 50-foot tall freeway sign, where a maximum height of 35 feet is allowed in an M2 PD district. And finally, the exclusion of approximately 0.34 acres from within the boundaries of Agricultural Preserve 19. This is located north of the junction of Interstate 5 and State Route 99 near Wheeler Ridge, south of Bakersfield. Staff's recommendation: advise the Planning Commission to recommend the Board of Supervisors approve the general plan amendment as requested, approve the zone change as requested, approve the precise development plan in accordance with the recommended conditions, approve the zone variance in accordance with the recommended conditions, and approve the exclusion as requested, and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. This completes staff's presentation of the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Denny. Is there anyone in the audience that has any questions on item 5 or number 6? And if you do, we will pull it and hear it in its regular order. You can do that by raising your hand, and I will pull it, and we'll hear it in its regular order. Anybody, any questions on number 5 or 6? Any commissioners? I'll look for action from the commission then.
I move to approve the consent agenda as read into the record by staff.
Second.
Cast your vote.
Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Sorry.
It looks like number 6 goes on to the board for their consideration, but number 5, we need the notice of appeal on. Is that correct, Mr. Denny?
That is correct, Commissioner Babcock. For projects where the Planning Commission action is final, actions are subject to appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person, and no development proposed by any application may be authorized until after the final date of appeal. Item number 5 on your agenda, Olden Camp Trucking by WZI, is complete at tonight's hearing unless there's an appeal. An appeal may be filed with the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing fee of $540 on forms available at the Planning and Natural Resources Department. The filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of hearing. Along with any such appeal must be accompanied by the appeal fee of $540. If no appeal is received, the action of the Planning Commission is final. This completes staff's presentation of the right to appeal.
Okay, well, we got a motion and a second, but no vote.
Madam Clerk, I was just talking with our technical people. They need the results of the vote for the record.
Oh, I said 3 ayes. We
Okay.
didn't, you guys haven't
Apparently,
voted
they
yet.
did not hear it back there. It didn't
You guys
come
haven't
through.
voted. It's open to vote. You guys haven't cast your votes.
Yeah, I voted.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's not coming through electronically, so I need to call a vote. I'm sorry.
We'll have to do a verbal then.
Sorry.
Okay?
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Ms. Poole?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
All ayes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's all right. Okay, that brings us to item F. This is public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring to address the commission on any matter that is not on tonight's agenda, but that we have jurisdiction over. Would there anybody like to take advantage of that this evening? Seeing none, that takes us to item G, which is our public hearings, and that would be item number 1. And Mr. Denny, are you handling that one as well?
I'll be taking care of that one as well.
Okay.
With me tonight, again, is the supervising planner for the operations unit for the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department. That is Mr. Roque Nino. He'll be handling the overhead. We have one item on tonight's regular agenda. This is an enforcement case that your commission has been considering a multitude of times, but it appears we're reaching the very end of that action. There was a staff report prepared and distributed to your commission. Essentially, what we have is a situation where we had a non-compliant mine operation that is in the process of closing down. This particular operation needed 3 items to come into compliance, and as of the preparation of this report, the primary item that was needed was a HEC-RES study in order to determine the cost of reclamation and the instrument to be utilized for reclamation to ensure it occurred. As indicated on page 2 of the staff report, that HEC-RES study has been submitted to FEMA. On November 23rd, FEMA did indicate that there was some additional information that is necessary. With us tonight, should your commission have any questions, is the project engineer of the applicant to address that. But in doing that, also noted on page 2 of the staff report that the mine operator has submitted a revised financial assurance estimate that is based on that study. It has been deemed acceptable by the county. It has been forwarded to the state for its mandatory 45-day review. It is predicated upon what we believe would be ultimately the approved HEC-RES study, and at this point in time, that instrument is estimated to be $32,469.67. The mine operator has agreed to post that money. Once the financial assurance cost estimate is reviewed by the state and deemed acceptable, since we had just transferred that to the state on December 2nd, their review period should probably end around the middle of January. And at that point in time, we will then take an instrument from the mine operator for that dollar amount and submit it to the state for their 45-day review. So on page 3 of the staff report, at this point in time, staff is recommending that an order be given to the mine operator to essentially post the financial assurance mechanism in the amount of $32,469.67 or other amount subsequently determined by the county and the Office of Mine Reclamation to be acceptable within 45 days to the Kern County Public Works Department. This essentially would be after the review by the state. And then continue enforcement proceedings on this matter to your regularly scheduled hearing of February 9th, 2017. Should for some reason the estimate not be approved or a higher amount, we still expect the mine operator to post the correct amount of money by that point in time, and it is our anticipated belief that at the February 9th hearing, that there would be no further need for enforcement action on this project. So in summation, at this point in time, staff is recommending to your Planning Commission that you order the mine operator to submit a financial assurance mechanism totaling $32,469.67 or other amount subsequently determined by Kern County and the Office of Mine Reclamation to be acceptable within the next 45 days to the Kern County Public Works Department and continue enforcement action on this to February 9th, 2017. This completes staff's presentation.
Thank you. Do any commissioners have questions of staff at this time? Does the applicant's representative have any comments that you'd like to make to the commission? Okay, we'll close the public portion of this. Turn it over to the commissioners for comment and action.
Mr. Chairman, if there are no comments by other commissioners, I would make a motion to approve item number 1 as read into the record by staff. And I believe it's subject to appeal process, Mr. Denny?
That is correct, Commissioner Sprague, and I can read that appeal after your commission's decision.
Thank you. That's my
Second.
motion.
I have a motion and a second. We'll try to cast our votes again.
Hold on just a second.
Did they go through? Nope. All right, we'll do a verbal vote again.
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Ms. Poole?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
All ayes.
Thank you. Mr. Denny, I'd like to read the appeal process.
This is a project where the Planning Commission action is final. Actions are subject to appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person, and no development proposed by any applicant may be authorized until after the final date of appeal. An appeal may be filed with the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing fee of $540 on forms available at the Planning and Natural Resources Department. The filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of hearing. At this point in time, if no appeal is received, the action of your commission would be final, and the 45-day clock would then start on the applicant.
Thank you. Our last item is adjournment. Before we get to that, I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a good New Year. And hope everyone enjoys it and has a safe holiday season.
Thank you.
Ditto on that, and move for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We stand adjourned.